In the eerie stillness of a moonless night, a shroud of darkness descended upon the small town of Cedarwood. The only sounds that pierced the silence were the faint, intermittent chirps of crickets and the distant hoots of an owl. Cedarwood was a quiet, forgotten corner of the world, nestled amidst dense forests and rolling hills, far removed from the hustle and bustle of city life. But that tranquil existence was about to be shattered in the most terrifying way. In the heart of Cedarwood lay the Cedarwood Nuclear Power Plant, a colossal structure of steel and concrete that loomed like a giant over the town. It was a technological marvel, providing electricity to the surrounding areas and bringing prosperity to the once sleepy town. But beneath its formidable exterior lurked a ticking time bomb. The night had started like any other. Residents were tucked safely in their homes, unaware of the impending catastrophe. Inside the control room of the power plant, the alarms blared as warning lights flickered to life. A meltdown was imminent. Within minutes, a series of catastrophic failures cascaded through the aging facility. Cooling systems failed, reactor cores overheated, and radiation levels spiked. The once proud power plant had turned into a nightmarish inferno, spewing plumes of radioactive smoke into the cold night air. The emergency sirens wailed, cutting through the night like a banshee's cry. Panic gripped the town as families awoke to the sound of doom. Terrified residents stumbled out of their homes, clutching their children and pets, their faces etched with sheer terror. As the radioactive cloud spread, chaos erupted in the streets. Cars clogged the narrow roads, horns blaring as people desperately tried to flee the encroaching disaster. But Cedarwood was trapped, surrounded by dense forests, and escape routes were limited. Amidst the chaos, Sarah, a young mother with a newborn baby, found herself trapped in her modest home. Panic coursed through her veins as she realized that the cloud of death was closing in. She had to find a way to protect her child. Sarah wrapped her baby in a blanket and rushed to the basement, the only place she hoped might offer some safety. She huddled in the dimly lit space, clutching her baby to her chest, tears streaming down her face as the world above turned dark and toxic. Outside, the town descended into a nightmarish tableau. Desperate cries for help filled the air as people succumbed to the invisible menace that surrounded them. The once bustling streets were now eerily empty, except for the abandoned cars and the haunting echoes of life that had once thrived there. Days turned into weeks, and Cedarwood remained a ghost town. The world beyond its borders had become a wasteland, uninhabitable by any living creature. The government had declared a massive exclusion zone around the town, leaving its few survivors to fend for themselves. Sarah and her baby were among the lucky few who had survived the initial onslaught of radiation. They remained in the basement, rationing the meager supplies they had managed to gather. Sarah's once vibrant hope had withered away, replaced by a gnawing despair. She had no way of knowing if help would ever come, if anyone even knew they were still alive. In the eerie silence of the basement, she rocked her baby back and forth, singing a lullaby to soothe the infant's cries. It was a hauntingly beautiful moment amidst the darkness that enveloped their world. As the weeks turned into months, Sarah's lullabies continued, a fragile thread of humanity in a world gone mad. They were not alone. Others, too, had survived the initial chaos and had found ways to endure, forming a tight-knit community of survivors. Together, they scavenged for supplies, relying on their wits and resourcefulness to eke out an existence in the poisoned land. But the specter of radiation was a constant companion, a silent killer that lurked in every breath they took, in every bite of food they consumed. Years passed, and the world slowly began to heal. The exclusion zone around Cedarwood was lifted, and a few brave souls ventured back to the town, documenting the haunting remnants of a once thriving community. They discovered the basement where Sarah and her baby had survived, untouched by time. Sarah, now a woman hardened by the horrors she had endured, emerged from the shadows with her child. Her eyes, once filled with despair, now held a glimmer of hope as she stepped into the world beyond. Cedarwood was a town forever changed, a place haunted by the memory of that fateful night when darkness had descended and unleashed a nightmare. But amidst the ruins, the indomitable spirit of Sarah and her baby served as a beacon of resilience, a testament to the strength of the human spirit in the face of unimaginable horror. And as the survivors slowly rebuilt their shattered lives, they vowed never to forget the lessons learned from the nuclear disaster that had forever scarred their town, a chilling reminder of the destructive power of human folly.